Hello everyone, Horror Cynic here with Tyrant Reviews, and this is Soda Dungeon by Armor Games Inc. This is a dungeon crawling game where you play not the loot-obsessed heroes, not technically anyway, but rather an opportunistic quest giver staked out at the local tavern. You send the hapless heroes into the nearby dungeon, then use whatever loot they collect to both improve the tavern and outfit the next group of suckers. The prestige of your tavern and the quality of your sodas, no ale here, sorry, determine the kinds of adventures you get. I didn't think too much of this game when I first got it just because it was a freemium title, but it surprised me. It's actually really fun and really well put together. Also, I should note just before I get started, I'm actually playing this on a newer tablet. Before this, I was playing on the 3rd generation iPad. I am now on an iPad Air 2. So if some things seem different, that's going to be why. So alright, we have here basic outside screen. We'll start with the top left corner. It shows basic things, achievements, bestiary, stats, credits. You go into bestiary, you see the various monsters. Like we go into the fire caverns, things like the golden bell and the flame core, and it'll tell any skills they have, like the flame core has a fire attack that burns you, and any special drops they may have. Then along the bottom here, we have the amount of money you have. You can tap that, watch an ad to get 750 gold. Which isn't terrible, but honestly, you can get 750 gold really easily just by playing through the game. Even on the beginning levels, it's very simple to get. Then we have, obviously, your party in that little window there. I don't have anybody selected, obviously. Then the signpost that takes you toward a sort of an arena challenge type thing, and then the gear is obviously your options. Change the volume, auto-equip, flash effects, very basic. So let's go into the tavern and meet our bunch of rapscallions. Alright, we have a lot of things here going on, obviously. All the people down here in front of the bar, those are the adventurers. Those are the people you'll be hiring, equipping, and sending into the dungeons to grab loot and stuff. Then along the back here, first we have the banker, first we have the centurion guy who's basically, he's just there. He told me about the arena thing, and that's all he's done. Then we have the banker, makes money for you while you're gone, which is a very nice touch, but it's something you get only kind of later. And then we have the bartender himself. You tap on him, you can change you can change your tavern, you can change your sodas, you can get VIP items. So like go into tavern, all sorts of different things you can get, and everything you get upgrades your reputation, and it also gives you a benefit. Like we have stools, tables, the armory, we have casks, and the beds allow you to refresh your tavern patrons. There's decor. There's the kitchen, which I probably should get an upgrade for the kitchen, but I like to wait to get my tavern upgrades until after I've hired all my adventurers, just because getting to the point, eventually, adventurers cost quite a bit of money, even with some of the things that reduce that cost. And then different sodas. So depending on the type of soda you have, you attract different adventurers. Like the Peasant Pop, that attracts basically guys who just like soda and they're terrible. And then, but it moves all the way up to things like, right now I have the Cherry Charm, which attracts conjurers, and the Grappling Grape, which is for fighters, and all sorts of good stuff like that. And then eventually, as you get more, it costs a lot more, but you get special drinks. You can see what's needed to attract. Like I clicked on the question mark in the upper right corner. Basically, it tells me next I can get a healer if I have Holy Fizz and 525 Tavern reputation. And it goes all the way up from there. Then coming along to the shop here, you can buy different things, although he doesn't really have a lot on offer. It's far easier just to get stuff in the dungeon. What he's mostly for is actually selling things. And you see I have all sorts of different things. A lot of different weapons, different armors, including a snowman armor that I picked up in my last run, plus 12% damage reduction. And that's going to look very silly, but we're going to run with that anyway. And there's the gingerbread shield. As you might notice, there's a sort of holiday theme going on. That's because with the holidays coming up, they came out with a special sort of add-on, brief patch kind of thing. So it doesn't always have this. It's just a limited time deal. And then all sorts of different items you can carry in. Magic lamp boosts magic attacks, and that boosts your MP. There's all sorts of good stuff. And then liquidate, that just allows you to sell things that are over essentially the party cap. You can only have 5 people in a party, so this will sell any item down to a limit of 5. So if I do that, I'll earn 72 gold. That works just fine for me. And then we have the wizard. The wizard allows you to portal to areas in the dungeon you've reached before, so you don't always have to go through the first levels. Enough jabbering. Let's outfit our party. See here, we have a conjurer, wields arcane power. We can hire them for 170, we're going to do so. And we can auto-equip when they're best gear. I'm going to do that just to make a base, but I like to go in and mess with some stuff, because auto-equip doesn't always work effectively. Gonna get another conjurer. And then the fellow with the mohawk here, he's a fighter, specializes in specializes in brutal physical attacks. Yes. And then we have the ruffian, who's a vagrant who knows how to defend himself. We have the conscript, she's familiar with adventuring for a price. And then this fellow in his underwear is a soda junkie, who's the last resort, the basic thing. Basic guy, doesn't require any money, he's basically just a loony. We're just going to get 2 conscripts. And now let's edit the kinds of things they have. Looks like everyone's in coral armor, wielding very nice things. That looks good. Yep, boost 20% boost to magic attacks. Good. That's how it should be for the conjurer. You'll have a charity bell, plus 10% crit chance for 80% damage, plus 15% gold earned. And this is another holiday item, I would suppose. Let's see. So far it looks okay. That's all sort of magic stuff right there. Hero Blood is immune to status effects. That's very useful. I don't necessarily want them to use a fire jam. That's basically just a once per encounter area attack. That's useful, but I find the heal stone is far more useful. It's a once per encounter healing item. Because I don't really need the fire jam with conjurers, because they have their own area of attack, which uses MP. And yeah, that looks good to me. So let's head into the dungeon. And we'll start with, should I show you the fire caverns or just straight to the water temple? So far, I've unlocked 3 different areas. There's the catacombs, there's the fire caverns, and the water temple. Oh shoot, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to get any possible upgrades for my tavern. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to get that kitchen upgrade for 1. Very nice. That'll create a plus 2% boost to starting HP. And do I want another cask? That would be pretty useful, so let's get one of those. And I think that's good for right now. You can see there have already been some changes. Reason I didn't do that at the beginning is because those changes don't take effect until your next run through. So let's just start with the water temple. It's kind of tempting to start with the fire caverns, but let's go with the water temple. I'm willing to be a little risky. Alright, so now we have actual combat. And there's certain things, obviously, you can do. Along the top here we have the basic attack. You tap on these different icons in the upper left corner. There's the strike, which is just the basic attack. There's defend, which just essentially sets you in a defensive position. There's the magic attack, in this case with the sorcerer, it's the Bolt Storm, which is a group thing. And then the magic bottle, I believe, boosts MP once per battle. In the bottom right, we have the gear, obviously for options again, and we have a ghosted auto. That just means auto combat. If you just want to, you're not interested in strategy, you can just push your way through with auto. That's fine, especially if you're just trying to get money. It's not the most effective way to go through a dungeon because the AI, let's say, is not great. But we're just going to stick with normal combat for now. 18, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, looking good. I can get an item, or I have an item that can show me the HP of the monster. I kind of wish I had equipped it, but oh well. Alright, not a problem. Now we have the stone fellow. I'm just doing basic attacks right now. I like to save... Oh, ambushed means they get to attack first. It's an occasional thing that happens. Sometimes you'll get things like ambush, sometimes you'll come to a fork in the path where you can choose which way you want to go and it'll give you certain things, usually either a positive or a negative kind of thing. And still not dead. There we go. Alright, it's taking some hits, but it's not terrible. That was a good crit there. And some money. Alright, Pirate Skull, you got nothing on me. Alright, you had something on me, because that took far longer than I would have wanted. You can see I got a little +2 bump over one of the recruits. That's because the gingerbread shield gives you a little healing boost. And shouldn't be, yeah, was not too long. Now we have the mid-boss. There, for each level, for each series of 10 levels, there's a mid-boss and an end-boss. Now this is probably something I'm going to use an ability on. Specifically, I am going to use the fighter's dropkick. Boom! Nice chunk of damage there. Alright, very nice. Got 130. Now we have a path we could choose. Oh, I got the fountain. Fountain's very useful. It boosts everything up. That would have been, I guess, more useful at the end of or when I'm like hurting. I wasn't too bad off there. I hadn't really used any abilities. You could see there I used the storm sort of magic attack. And should I use it again? I'll use it one more time. That uses 3 MP, deals a hell of a lot of damage. That was a good strategy to use because I just wiped them all out and they never got to touch me. Oh, the drowsy trap. That's not great. It'll put some of my characters to sleep. Sometimes it puts some of my characters to sleep. It did not this time. I'm going to use Bolt Storm again because I do not like it when they group up like this. Alright, I'm going to be taking at least one hit. Let's take out the snail because the snail has a power called Infect, which poisons a character. Some of my characters are immune to that, but knowing my luck, they will attack the characters that are not. And now we have the boss, which is sort of demonic mermaid kind of thing. So we're going to use another Bolt Storm here. And another one for good measure. Should I focus on the main, or... You know, I'm going to drop kick the... Focus on the main for right now. That was not the right thing to do. You see, I got affected there, and I got super beat up. Hopefully, I will be able... There we go. Now it's just the 2 flunkies. One of those. Yep, there we go. Probably, I really need to... You have a healing device, so we're going to use that on the other recruit. And hit for that. See, now would be a good point for getting the fountain. That'd be much more useful at this point. But there we go. Level 50 boss defeated. And we can pick one of 3 treasures. Apprentice Staff. Okay, good. Another weapon for mages and whatnot. Alright. Another rock monster, but looking a bit rougher this time. I don't seem to be doing as much damage as I was before. Maybe that's just my imagination. Oh, good. More of that. Up. You see, once they're reduced to 0 HP, they run away and drop all their items. That doesn't mean you lose them. It just means that, essentially showing that they don't have them anymore. It's a very convenient economy in this game, where adventurers essentially keep nothing except the money you pay them at the very beginning. It's not really how it works in actual role-playing games, but we gotta make it simplified, I guess. Alright, that's some heavy hits there. And we're gonna beat up this sort of phoenix chicken kind of thing. We're gonna heal the head conjurer, which I don't think really did much because immediately got hit again. Another mid-boss. Okay, that was really unpleasant. But not a huge problem. And we're gonna heal up the second conjurer. Yep, I think this is nearing the end of what I can do. Or what's gonna be achievable. I'm gonna zap everybody. Because I just lost the fighter, which is a problem. You see, oh yeah, in fact, this is not looking great. Alright. And okay, yeah, this is probably gonna be the end of it here. But, you know, not a terrible run. I got a fair amount of coin, I think. I don't remember what it last said. There goes my recruit. Just gonna start spamming Bolt Storm now. At this point, it doesn't matter. Alright. So I guess this is where I fall. Yep. And there we go. And that's, yeah, 2.9 thousand, not terrible. But that's sort of how it works. Shark Shield, that's a new one. And Monster Meat is also new. But, yeah, that's pretty much how it works. I'll probably go through one more time just to broaden things a little bit. But, yeah, it can get repetitive and grindy, especially if you're not willing to pay for additional things. but the prices, I guess, aren't terrible. I think it's like just $1 for just about everything. I also wish the tavern customization was deeper, just more options, because as it stands, this doesn't feel like a lot. I mean, it's still sizable, but not as much as I would have liked. And now let's check your stuff. Ah, the new shark shield. Plus 15% damage reflection. That's very useful. And man, do these things look goofy. Alright, I actually just forgot to show this one thing. The VIP section, this is something I unlocked fairly recently, which is why I forgot it. This is just all sort of special stuff. The Fury Extreme soda. There's a Coke check, which is for loadout preferences. You can get store pets, or team pets. Gnomes, essentially auto-gather essence. Extra money. Warp levels. Spare gold. Customize, that could be really cool. But yeah, all this stuff, it's there. That's basically the highest price I can recall seeing is $1.99. So they aren't terrible. But yeah, it's ultimately up to you. It's fairly easy just to grind, especially if you put it on auto. But that always feels kind of like cheating to me. Just put it on autopilot and sit back and do something else. Occasionally look over. Okay, there's one team gone. I guess I'll stock up another. You know what? Let's start at 51. Let's start halfway through the water temple. Maybe we can get to the next area. Or maybe we'll just get beaten. You got nothing on me. Why are my warriors equipped with magic staffs? I was not paying attention there. Oh well. This is going to be a very silly run, I guess, but seems to be working so far. At the very least, it gives him more MP for doing the dropkick, which I suppose is useful. Alright, not a shabby run so far. I'm getting lucky in that I'm not getting a lot of creatures, and that is gross. It's time for dropkicks. I like the little way they just fly across the screen. And one of those. There we go. Very nice. Okay, choose a path. Yes, a fountain. Very nice. That helps. That is an interesting thing I hadn't noticed before. Sometimes with these bigger enemies, like I was trying to click on the spider before, but it counted as hitting the lobster. So that could be something that's an issue. And we're gonna heal up the most wounded. Hopefully. Okay, thank goodness for dumb AI, because they could have taken my fighter out. Wow, I have not seen this boss before. That is a thing and a half. That's like something out of Chrono Trigger. Wow. I love it. Occasionally you get some really good designs. Some of them are copy-pasted. Like, I've seen multiple variations of the snapping turtle. But, yeah, I have not seen one like this. And wow, I'm gonna get wrecked. Thank goodness focusing on the non-damagey people at this moment. Yes! Oh, so good. This is the farthest I've ever gotten. I'm very happy. I have not seen what the next stage looks like, so... Ooh, the Frozen City. Okay. That's cool. Let's see how much damage that does. 22 damage. Yeah, that's pretty up there. And away they go. Let's see if I can at least beat this one thing. Yes. Now I will die. Bye-bye. Alright, 2.5 earned. Got a bunch of stuff. And katanas. It's time for the final verdict. Soda Dungeon is surprisingly good given that it's a freemium game. I feel bad for saying that, but honestly, even I can admit the current slate of existing premium titles is not very good. The grinding sucks, and the AI isn't going to win any awards in this game, but it's still a lot of fun. At the end of the day, how much fun you can get out of a game is what matters the most. So if you like sort of non-conventional RPGs and vaguely free things, Soda Dungeon is definitely a title you should pick up. I've been Poor Cynic, ta-ta, and farewell.